It's finally time to begin this feeding frenzy. So let's call Chief Brody, let's get some help out here because we're gonna need it. And that means it's officially time to begin SOS, Summer of Sharks. As I said, we're officially beginning SOS Summer of Sharks right here, right now. Now, this first movie is a doozy of a film. But before we get into that, I want to make sure that you stick around to the end of the video because I'm going to have some information about what the rest of this series is going to look like, what some other plans for the channel going forward are. So please stick around to the end of the video. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't done it already. Hit that thumbs up button. And while you're at it, if you're looking to get some cool stuff from Redcon 1, there's going to be a code right up here that's going to give you 20% off your total order. Just use that code at checkout and you'll get 20% off your order at redcon1.com. As I said, this first film that we're looking at in this series is a heck of a film. I wanted to find something completely outlandish, something ridiculous, over the top, stupid even, and I think I succeeded because the film that I watched in preparation for this first video is probably one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life. Extremely forgettable, not funny when it's trying to be funny, not cool when it's trying to be cool, not good looking when it's trying to be good looking. This movie is a movie that is pretending to know what it is, but not really succeeding in knowing what it is. And it kind of just takes away, well, not even kind of, it completely takes away from any aspect of just competence in this film. All of that being said, I know that's kind of harsh, but let's just jump right into this review of Cocaine Shark. Obviously, the name Cocaine Shark is a play on the recently released Cocaine Bear. This movie also did just recently get released. It's not an old movie, it is very new. But that doesn't really stop it from being horrible. And it is very horrible. It is just, like I said, it's one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my entire life. And I knew I was going to have fun ripping this film apart because I think there are some bad shark movies that are so fun because they're so bad, but this one is just bad. Now, the name Cocaine Shark is very misleading, unless I just completely forgot the plot, which is possible because there really is no plot to this movie. But all of that being said, right now let's just dive into this movie a little deeper and we'll kind of go over what really makes this film just a complete piece of crap. So from the very first moment of this film, I knew what I was in for. I knew I was in for something that was going to be extremely difficult to watch, extremely forgettable and painful, just all around not a fun experience. It started with this horrible voiceover that actually continued through the entire film, and it was done in this extremely bad ADR. The entire film, the audio is very subpar, not a high quality audio in this film at all. The cinematography was bad, but we're gonna dive into that stuff later on. So the main point of this movie is that there is this undercover cop who gets in with this drug cartel who recently has been doing experiments on these different creatures with drugs and things like that. And out of these experiments come 3 creatures that somehow escape. I didn't really catch how. Like I said, a lot of this movie is very difficult to hear. It's very difficult to see because of the lighting. So it's really hard to tell what's going on the entire time. But so these creatures that escape are like a hybrid man-shark thing, a hybrid crab-shark thing, and then this kind of tentacled spider or something like that. Honestly, I don't really remember what that third one was. Like I said, it was very forgettable. And the thing about it is you only see the one creature, the crab shark. You don't see any of the other 2 unless I fell asleep and dozed off. Again, very possible because this movie is a snooze fest. And I'll just be perfectly honest with you. The best part of this entire movie was the opening credits. Just that little bit of music over the the screen, getting the people's names, the cast names, the people who worked on this film. That was the best part of the movie, and that's a very low bar. That, it's not saying much. Even that wasn't spectacular. It was just cheap looking. It looked very generic, nothing special to it. And that being said, before I'm just completely too harsh on this movie, these people went out and they made a movie. I'm always trying to give people credit for, where credit's due. And you know what? I've never made a movie. They've done it. So I'll give them that credit. That being said, I feel like I am at least somewhat qualified to crap on this movie because I do know what it takes to make a movie, and there was very little effort actually put into this. Because the concept that they went with could have been sort of B shark movie cheesy fun, but they just didn't put any effort into that at all because, like I said, a lot of those shark movies know what they are and they know what they're trying to be, and it works, at least to an extent. This does not work at all because the actual creature is a mix of this very bad stop motion puppet creature thing kind of layered over a green screen, and it just is the worst looking thing that I've ever seen in my entire life. And the other part that's not that stop motion is the absolute worst CGI I've seen in my entire life. And the mix of those two things just make for a very eye-popping experience, but not in the good way. It is jaw-dropping, but not in the good way. It's a very painful thing to get through. I genuinely laughed out loud the first time I saw the creature, and I hope you're looking at some of the pictures I'm including in this video because you've seen it too at this point, and I hope that you got that same laugh that I did because that's the most enjoyment that I got out of this film, and that's kind of sad that that's the enjoyment that I got. And I know I haven't really bothered to tell you much of the plot of this film, and as I said before, that's because there really is no plot. The cop goes undercover. He ends up falling for this girl that the drug kingpin basically paired with him. Then the drug lord says, hey, we're going to go on this mission, but we're going to kill this guy because we don't need him anymore. And then somehow they end up on this island that seems like it's in a lake where the crab shark thing is. And there's this girl in a cabin who thinks that she hallucinated some sort of weird creature, but finds out that it's actually real. And it ends with, the cop getting his guy, the drug lord, going to jail. And that's pretty much it. There's nothing else. Like I said, there's not really any sharks eating cocaine or anything like that, like the name would suggest, which, it is what it is there. But I wanted to at least see some of these other creatures, or at least see the creatures featured more. This was really just a cop story with these weird science experiments in the background. And because of that, this might officially be the worst movie that I've ever seen in my life. I am never watching this thing again. Something that I'm going to implement for this series is a 10-star rating system on how bad each shark movie is. So, for this very first one, it's setting the bar high. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. And the only reason I'm not giving it a 10 out of 10 is because I am holding out just in case something is a little worse than this. I think it's going to be hard to do, but maybe I'll be surprised as we go on this journey, on this excursion out to sea. Maybe I'll be shocked, so we'll see. But as I said, 9 out of 10, that's Cocaine Shark. All right, we've made it to the end of the video. So let's do a little bit of housekeeping before we end this thing. Now, my plan for SOS is to do 2 to 3 reviews of shark movies a week. Kind of going to throw in, some other things in there because I don't want to do all sharks all summer. I want to get some other stuff if there's some news or big events coming up, things like that. I'll still kind of put those in there, but I'm really going to be focusing a lot on these shark reviews. And I'm really excited for it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So make sure, if you're watching this video, share it with everybody you know. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, do that now. Leave a like on the video. Leave a comment down below. All the engagement helps. Even if you just comment an emoji of a shark fin or a shark in general, just comment something. Let's get engaging on this video. Now, the last thing is I do have a very hefty goal that I have set for myself. And that goal is, we're in June right now. That goal is by the end of the year, I want to be at 500 subscribers on this channel. I think that's very achievable, but I need your all's help. If you haven't subscribed, please hit that button, turn your notifications on, share this channel with your friends. If your friends like wrestling, or they like horror, or they like shark movies, or they just like sharks, get everybody you know to subscribe. Watch the videos, keep watching them from beginning to end. That helps a ton. The engagement helps. If you leave a comment and a like, I really appreciate all the support that everybody's given me up to this point. But let's finish this year strong. We've got 6 months to go, and I really know that we can do it. And if I see that, numbers are kind of ticking up that way, I'm going to implement a few new things, kind of like rewards and things like that for all the support. So I'm really looking forward to that, and I think that's all I got for you today. But until next time, my name is Andrew Dreamer, and I will see you next time for another SOS Summer of Sharks.